Marks out of 10. Come on.
10 out of 10 apart from the voice.
Nicky Wire from the album I Killed the Zeitgeist here on BBC Six Music. Break My Heart Slowly. That little I love that sample bit at the beginning. What's that from? Who is that?
It's
What is that?
Francis Ford Coppola's wife, the documentary of making Apocalypse Now.
Yes. Which is kind of weird. I've just brought they've reissued Apocalypse Now again.
Which one is this? Redo 2?
It's a redo trois possibly. I don't know, but they put another one out. Sort of a remastered one, and I thought Hearts of Darkness would be included, but there's still no DVD
They've never
release.
done it. No,
they've never put it out.
I wish you hadn't mentioned it really, because I haven't got permission for it.
Oh, if only we were on air. If only anyone was listening who counted. Hey, how are you? First off, let's get the social chit chat out of the way. How are you?
I'm fine. Right? I'm good. Yeah, apart from getting lost, walking about 200 metres through London this morning.
The hotel that you're staying at is again, as you've just mentioned, less than 200 yards from the front door of where you are now, and you managed to get lost.
I know, but I did miss you playing Snow Patrol, which is a bonus.
I don't know that we've played any, have we? You know what? That might have been Radio 2. Were you in the lift?
Yeah.
Were you subject to it in the lift?
I was, yeah.
That'll be it then, my friend. That'll be Terry. Terry loves the patrol. I know. He's wire in the lift. I'll upset him. I know what I'll play. How has it been getting this, finally birthing this damn thing, which thank you very much for sending us, and indeed alienating all the people that work with you, sending us the album before you sent it to anyone else, still with wet felt pen ink on it, and how to actually sort of officially get it out, how's it feel?
A bit scary, really, because I never thought I'd release it. You know, I recorded it, I paid for everything myself, I played it all apart from the drums, and I didn't really play to anybody except Phil.
Yeah. Who's in that odd kind of position?
Yeah.
Who was that? There was Mr. The guy that wrote the dictionary. Who was that?
Henshaw.
No. Get a microphone. The big
Samuel Johnson.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Who's Johnson's?
Shot.
No, Johnson. Samuel Johnson had this Mr. someone who hung around with him, who he used to always read things out to.
That's me.
What is it? Someone email us, phil.sixmusic@bbc.co.uk. Who was Samuel Johnson's sidekick? Because I think you could very have this job in the Wire Empire. I sent it to Phil first, see what he thinks. Give it a go.
Was that really Wire?
It was a very bad Wire. I've never claimed to do good Wire. But getting out there, I mean, as you say, something that you did totally off your own bat, very, very personal. Fear, you just said there, slightly frightening.
Yeah.
You don't strike me as the kind of guy that would get frightened by something like this, but I suppose it is an awfully new thing to do, wasn't it?
It is. I mean, I've been with James and Sean and Richey before that since, the age of 5, really. I've known them. It's a bit scary without your two best pals behind you.
Yeah.
But that's why I did it completely on my own, really. That I just wanted to draw people into the world of Wire. A very strange and comforting, melancholic kind of place.
As you were going along the work process, I mean, how did it make you feel once you were immersed in the project? Yeah. How did it feel as you were going along? Did you gain confidence as you did it, or did it become even more worrying in a way?
No, it felt really nice as soon as it was a kind of, splurge of songs really quickly. I went in to do a poetry album, be perfectly honest. I set out to do some poems, and it just turned into songs, and I realised I wasn't a bad guitarist-ish.
Yeah.
And it just flowed. I did 25 tracks in 35 days. And,
wow.
I was working like a Trojan.
Was this at home? Were you out in the studio? Do you have to?
It's just a little studio in Cardiff.
Yeah.
And it was just me, producer who plays the drums, engineer, and that was it. There was 3 of us. I didn't play to any rec company people. I didn't play to my manager even, which is probably a bonus. Was it an intention to ever? Were you always going to release it, or was it just I'm going to do this, see how I feel, and then? A few people just seemed to think it was quite nice. It was like an old school indie record. When indie bands couldn't play. Yeah. Before they got good. When it was ideas and ambition rather than kind of some sort of corporate sensibility to it. Yeah. So it was just. Do you not feel that we're coming back into a time like that now with things like MySpace and the internet? Do you think that there's an artifice to the internet? Do you think that
independent spirit is kind of fake because the illusion of control is with the people that operate the equipment.
It's tricky. I mean, as someone who's like, the greatest piece of technology I have is a typewriter. I don't know if I'm that well blessed to talk about MySpace. I don't own a computer. I don't have email. I haven't even got an answer phone. So I'm a bit of a Luddite in that sense. But I know what you mean. There is an artificial.
I believe Liz is buying you some pigeons for Christmas. What do you mean I've got to feed them? What I love here is your list of, and I'm always very pleased to see a list of inspirations to any piece of work. But you make mention of J.D. Salinger, the Mary Chain, Jeremy Deller, The Thick of It, Dennis Potter, Teenage Fan Club, Ringo's drumming. It's about time Ringo's drumming got some props, and pleasingly C86. I mean, to a certain generation, that was a focal event. The whole C86 thing. To you, was it sort of?
No, it was just. I think it's the most fiercely independent movement there's ever been. It was, about people having total control over their records, their recording, their artwork, the fanzines, the style. Everything about it was just, I don't know, the first expression of true independence, I think. Forget about the 60s. C86 was for real.
I do believe Mr. Wire just torpedoed the Beatles. Intentionally.
And the counterculture.
I believe it was friendly fire.
It was. It was a counterculture, though. It was a real twee, but deep down a real kind of important movement, And, I mean, the influences, say, if you listen to Arctic Monkeys or Franz Ferdinand or any of those bands, they owe a big debt to.
There was this marvellous moment when we were at the Lead Mill watching Max My Park, weren't we? Yeah. We were with Richard Hawley, and we were watching Max My Park. It was fantastic. Hawley leans across my shoulder and he goes, Joseph K. Yeah. And just leans back at me, and as soon as he said that, I went, yeah, of course. There's just these echoes all around now to the stuff we grew up with. You have brought in some music with you, for which we thank you. We're about to play Outdoor Miner by Wire. Tell me why.
It's just perfect pop, but done in a kind of artistic and left-wing way. It's hard to cram so many ideas into less than 2 minutes. It's gorgeous.
They do it. Bit of Wire for Wire there. Outdoor Miner here on BBC Six Music. Again, a simplicity, but at the same time, there was always so much going on with that band,
Yeah. A real perfect pop moment as well, though. People always think of Wire as real left field, super arty, but it just crams. So you can do it if you try hard enough.
More of that kind of gold after the news, kids. End of song.
That's all it was short.
We were talking about mafia steakhouses. So, Sopranos fan?
Of course, yes. The new series was... can't wait for number 2 on Thursday.
Because what I do, the thing with me and the Sopranos is I always love the music. They're very, very good at picking great tunes, and that William Burroughs piece,
little intro at the start.
Yeah. Seven Souls. I've tracked that down on the internet, and that's on its way to the house. Hopefully, I shall be playing that on the show this week at some point. Hopefully.
How cool is that? Having a William Burroughs intro to a TV program.
But have you ever had anything? Have the Manics ever had anything surprisingly turn up in a movie apart from Twin Town?
Very rarely, actually. We've always kind of turned it down.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why. This is in the days when we were very principled and turned down adverts and films and stuff.
You're a surly band.
Yes, we were. I think it's a film called House of America that's got a few of our tracks in.
Have you ever been used on a sport montage for the Welsh playing rugby?
Yeah, loads of times.
Is that a very popular?
Yeah, Australia used to be used all the time.
Really?
James did say I wanted to write a song for Grandstand. And it's definitely got that Grandstand feel. James is Ain't No Way to Tell a Lie is on Goal of the Month.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. This is anyway, back to the list. It was Krautrock, Typewriters Not Computers, as we've already said. Watership Down, there. You're Richard Adams. I was the voice of one of the rabbits in Watership Down in the cartoon adaptation, in not the film, in a spin-off.
The sequel.
But we did. But I think they got John Hurt to do a voice in it as well.
I always thought John Hurt is the only person who could have played Richey in a biopic, because he does the best Welsh accent ever in 10 Millington Place. It's just genius. His Welsh accent, it's fantastic.
I'm gonna have to dig that out because what's the worst Welsh accent in fiction? Because the worst Scottish accent in fiction, I'm fairly confident, is it Moira Shearer in Whiskey Galore? Do you know, Ken, there is a boat washed up and it's full of the whiskey? And she's but she's incredibly posh English woman trying to do this Scottish accent.
Oh,
she just fails.
How Green Is My Valley is the worst Welsh, because it was obviously a film set in Wales, but none of the actors were Welsh, and it's all Americans speaking in Scottish and Irish accents. Hundreds of them.
I'm going to be getting that out on DVD.
Rough.
And but 10 Rillington Place. You see, John Hurt. I always associate with I am an effeminate homosexual. I can't imagine that Welsh somehow.
He does it just triumphantly.
Bang on, dear boy, bang on. Do you have much time for culture in these days? Because we just discussed The Sopranos there. You are someone, as an artist, a kind of conduit for what you're swilling around in terms of modern culture. What kind of floats your boat at the moment?
There's always loads of stuff to be excited about, isn't there? I mean, whether it's that Kasabian record, you just hear something like that in the morning, it just changes your perception. The end of The West Wing left me with a gaping hole in my life. It ended. I kind of felt just really sad that another bit of intelligent TV had disappeared into the black hole. I mean, there's a girl who came to the gig on the weekend, and she's just on her MA on the famous Welsh poet called R.S. Thomas and Cuffin Williams, their connection, and she just said the only reason she was doing that was because she heard our songs and heard us referencing it, and I think there's no greater pleasure I have than fans saying that, that they've those lipstick traces that we leave, people pick up on.
I mean, there's odds kind of, the weird connections that you make in your mind through hearing something. And we're playing the Cardigans now. Any particular reason for that? I mean, again, a great band. I accidentally, because I was sitting in for people at another radio station, I've accidentally been in the room with Nina singing twice now, but
wow.
just like doing a live session, but like sat there. And it was her, and I think it was Per. I think Stefan as well, and they were just sat there and doing Cardigans numbers, like 4 foot from me, and there was something quite about being in that. She's got an astonishing
really
voice.
Spiritual. There's something really otherworldly about Nina. I think she's the most underrated vocalist and lyricist because she writes all the words, and they're tragically beautiful words, And the last 2 albums haven't sold that well, but I think they're 2 of the best albums ever. I just love them. They're a real guilty pleasure for all of us, me, James and Sean, and we have written a duet for Nina for the next Manics album. She hasn't heard it yet, but if she does, then we have written it for her.
That, and they're massive Sabbath fans as well.
The cover of War Pigs is just humongous.
Until you've heard a dinky little Swedish lady singing War Pigs, you really haven't lived. What is this that we're playing? This is from the last album, isn't it?
This is Holy Love, and it's just, the words are amazing. They're really
Cardigans here on BBC Six Music. That track is called
Holy Love.
There we go. The selection of Mr. Nicky Wire, who's coming to see us today. What are you doing in town? We know you there's gigs here and there. We know you did that show in Camden, this, that and the other. What are you up to?
I just kind of finished my world tour, which started at the Hay Festival at S&M Club in Camden.
Nice.
And ended in a cowshed in Carmarthenshire.
As all tours should.
Which was on the Saturday, I think, supporting the Automatic, which is good, actually, bizarrely. So it just rained all day, constantly, but it was one of those things when everyone is so drunk and sodden that it turns out all right. So,
there's something about your tolerance for rain under certain artistic conditions.
See, if I was James, I could whip out Raindrops, but of course I didn't know the chords.
Hey, are there any cheeky covers in your set? Because of course James, because Phil went to see James. What were the 2 Manics numbers that he did?
He did a Frank Sinatra. Oh, the 2. He did this
No
is yesterday.
Surface.
He did No Surface. This is yesterday. And did he do another one? But he did a Frank
Ocean
Sinatra.
Spray. Did he do Ocean Spray?
He did Ocean Spray, and he did a Frank Sinatra cover as well.
Yeah.
I think that was it. Yeah.
James relies a lot on Manic stuff. I tend to do my own.
I hope he's listening.
Boom, solar plexus. Boom.
No, I'm doing Roadrunner. Cover of Roadrunner and Substitute by The Who.
Good lad.
And a lot of bits and bobs which not many people get. But Ocean Rain, the Bunnymen are just Do a bit of that. But they're kind of more intros because I can't learn all the songs. So I learn the starts and the ends, and that's about it.
That's all you need, really. The beginning and the end, that's, people get the idea. Because you start it and they go, oh, this one. And then you do the end, they go, oh, that one.
It makes it go quicker for them.
It's lovely. Brevity. It was always Wire's thing, was brevity.
Are you doing more gigs?
Yeah, no, I've been offered a few. I'm just not sure. I'm waiting for a bit of momentum. I've had a good couple of reviews this week in Uncut and then Q, so... It's always that little thing at the bottom, surprisingly good.
but you surprised yourself with the bloody thing.
No, totally.
It's not bad. It's just the way you've ended up looking at it.
I have no expectations. I tried to get James to let me support him, but I think he was a bit scared.
Of what?
Me and an acoustic guitar is quite scared.
Now you see, is it true that the two of you have this kind of odd pledge between not to see each other?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so far.
Why?
Because, it's just, the Manics is just a really precious thing, and it goes beyond being in a band. It's a kind of friendship thing, There's a time when we all need space, and I guess gigs is one of them, really. I don't know, it's an unwritten rule. It is bad enough playing with other people, to be honest. That was pretty difficult in itself, so...
Yeah.
And Sean just can't be bothered anyway.
Is it because you kind of know how the other one feels and you wouldn't want to impose the pressure of you? Because, for the love of God, man, you're a Belisha Beacon walking around at the back of a gig. You're 9 foot tall. If you went to James's gig, it's not like no one would see you. And vice versa, James, stocky little fella, he's all shoulders. It's like a wardrobe walking through the room,
He's got a handshake like a docker in Marseille.
I've never been, but I know some dockers. But this odd kind of is it because the other one wouldn't want you there? Do you think
it's telepathy? It just is. It's just knowing. No, fourth year in school. When I was 4 in school, I've been in every class with him, and been in the band for nearly 20 years. So you just know it's telepathic.
So giving each other that kind of space, it's a new thing. Finally, to appreciate distance.
I might go and see him in Cardiff if I think that'll be a good gig. He's a good sold out 1,000. He's kind of hinted that he might let me in on the balcony, as long as you stay on the balcony, Wire.
Why don't they give you some kind of special booth that you're allowed into on your own? Some kind of although, I think the whole Queen thing, let's set you up in the box at the side of the stage, and then he bows to you at the end of every song.
You said that, not me.
The album I Killed the Zeitgeist, it's out on the 25th of this month. The single precedes it the week before. This sort of wealth of stuff that you came up with on this solo project, is that where all your B-sides come from? The sort of the dregs and remnants.
The dregs. Yeah, no, there is I got loads of stuff flying around on. People tell me it's on the internet, and all that kind of stuff.
People tell me I'm on the internet. I wouldn't know. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
And I think the Japanese have got a load of extra tracks on there, and so there's loads of stuff. I really like John Frusciante's albums. He's released about 10 of them. He's in the biggest band in the world. And he does these really off-kilter, odd. They're not like the Chili's at all. And just like Graham Coxon's early stuff was just a right old racket, loads of ideas. So they're my kind of role models.
Will there be another solo album? I suppose that's the question we've led ourselves to.
It might be, in a very kind of offhand, as long as I keep to the same kind of principles of, just sending out CDs myself and, the kind of ramshackle, shambling approach.
You see, the thing is, I can only approve generally because we're the first person you send them to. But it's all right for me going, yeah, you carry on with that. Because I get him. Liz is next door going,
no, she wasn't pleased.
He's not bloody sending you the next one.
I never put kisses on her card, she said.
She gets to wipe makeup over my suit before an interview. That's all she needs in life. Hey, thanks for coming in.
It's
really good
Always
to see you.
Pleasure, Phil.
And keep us posted of everything you're up to and that. Manics wise, what are you guys up to at the moment?
We're well into a record.
Yeah,
it's pretty much all written. We've done a bit of recording. We're hoping to work with a really good producer, which is nearly done. I hope to get it out next April, May.
Yeah, already. Nice.
It's just a beast of a record. It's a real, the Guns N' Roses playing All You Need Is Love. That's the kind of idea behind it.
Tell us what it's called.
It's called Send Away the Tigers.
He did.
That's all you have to do. That's the thing with Nicky. You just ask him, and then he tell you.
Liz is up against the glass
once again, like an angry.
When you
fly.
did first play that, when you played Zeitgeist first, when I sent it in, I just picked up my mobile. Had like 50 messages on it. Are you sabotaging James's campaign?
Yes, I am.
Apparently so. Hey, really good to see you, man. Look after yourself. This is from the album I Killed the Zeitgeist, not Don't Kill the Zeitgeist. And this is Don't Fear the Reaper, then. That's such is life. And this is Shining Path. Tell us about this track we're about to play.
Kind of anti-terrorism sort of track, really. It's just the idea of everyone being nice, which is very rare for me.
Good Lord.
Peace and love. It's a bit darker than that, but yeah.
Of course, with it being wire, there must be an edge to it. Hey, really good to see you. Cheers, Dave. Thanks.